So it seems that about half of the people that have their gallbladder removed are just going to be fine. They're never going to have any trouble. Digestion is going to continue to work the way that it was, and they won't have any type of symptoms to show that the gallbladder has been removed. But around half of the people that have it removed end up with some type of significant digestive symptom. And the tricky thing is that that symptom doesn't always show up right after the removal. Sometimes it can take some time for these malfunctions to kick in and have these symptoms show up. And most doctors are not going to tell somebody steps that they should be taking after they've had their gallbladder removed. We hear comments on a daily basis from people saying, my doctor never told me to do anything. And the reality is that doctors are usually not trained about things that can go wrong when the gallbladder is removed. They're trained that the gallbladder doesn't really do anything and that Mother Nature was probably an idiot putting it in there anyway, so we might as well just take it out. So to understand things that can go wrong, we need to understand the digestive process and how the gallbladder plays into that. And once food is acidified in the stomach and it leaves the stomach, that's supposed to trigger the gallbladder to squirt this alkaline bile down to help us emulsify or break down our dietary fats. And that bile is also involved in neutralizing the acids that leave the stomach. Now there's bicarb that comes from the pancreas that helps neutralize as well, but a lot of these functions are all kind of triggered by each other happening there in that duodenum area. And for some folks, the bile will still be trickling down from the liver through that biliary pathway into the small intestine, like a little bit, like all the time. And they may be able to digest and break down their fats correctly if enough bile is coming down there. But when you don't get that bolus of bile coming down from the gallbladder when the food comes into the duodenum, a lot of people can't process their fats correctly, which means that they can't access fat-soluble vitamins like A, E, D, and K. Those are kind of a big deal. But a lot of people also can't neutralize the acids leaving the stomach, which can result in some chronic diarrhea issues. And that's the most common symptom that someone will see after gallbladder removal, is some type of chronic diarrhea issue. Now, that's not to say that someone can't experience constipation. It's very common when someone's lost their gallbladder just because of other digestive malfunctions that can kick in. But the most common issue is chronic diarrhea. And keep in mind, I'm not a doctor giving anybody medical advice, but if you want to understand how digestion can change after gallbladder removal, some of the symptoms that can show up, along with steps you can take to improve your situation, click on the link on the screen, in the pinned comment, or in the description of this short for our full video on 6 steps after gallbladder removal.